Welcome to the next quick start video where we will provide a quick overview on how to add a new property, work through your daily tasks, and manage the property details. So to add a new property from our tasks page, we simply click on the add new property button. From here, we're going to give the property a name. So we'll call it 898 Major Lane. We will go ahead and tell it which type of property it is. So we have listings, pending buyers, pending sellers, pending dual, or other being any other kind of process you want to run within Next. We're going to pick one of our pre-loaded action plans, or you can create your own action plan, and then we have to add in a start date or an end date, or I should say and an end date. So our start date with the purchase contracts can be the day we go under contract, and the end date is going to be the closing date. So we'll go ahead and put April 28th, which is roughly 30 days out, and we're going to click add a property. So once we've added those details, our next step is to edit our task list so that it perfectly fits the contract that we just had accepted. So within here, for example, if we do not have inspections, we might want to come in and say, let's delete our inspection key dates because they are not going to be part of this contract, and we'll delete those. Once we are satisfied that we've manipulated or removed all of our key dates, we can edit all of our tasks. So if there's perhaps something up here, let's say we didn't have any sort of automatic prospecting, we could delete that, or we could take out any updates that we want to provide. And then we move on to our transaction parties after that. Here's where if you have the Team Pro account, you can add a team member. So let's say I want to add Julia Childs in as my transaction coordinator. We can do that here. And I'll click save down here at the bottom. We can also add lenders in. So let's put Hank Moody in here. We'll give him an email at lendingcompany.com. We can add phone numbers, and we essentially give him a role of lender. Okay, we're going to add him to this, and you can do this for the title rep, for the appraiser, for the inspector, anybody that you want to have included here, you can put them, as well as your buyer and seller clients, obviously. And then we're going to go ahead and click on the launch property page. From here, all of our tasks that were previously set up as happening so many days before or after those start and end dates now are going to have an actual due date applied. So here we have 6 tasks due today. We've got 40 tasks coming up, nothing that's past due. We can mess with the filter, and we can look at just perhaps our key dates. We'll go ahead and submit that. We can look at completed tasks here. We can look at tasks for specific team members. And if I come in and let's say we want to complete the receive HOA documents for review. So we had 3 days in our contract to provide our HOA documents. Once we complete that, you'll see that up here we have our key dates widget, and we're moving through the process. So this is now completed. Our next important deadline, or our next key date, is to release our contingency, which is happening on March 31st. From here, we can complete tasks as we normally would. We can change the due date of tasks if we want to push them out. We can leave comments about a task. And we'll go ahead and add that in, and we will update that here. And it's pretty easy to make sure that you never forget an important detail or deadline. Within this page for 898 Major Lane, we can also look at some of our supporting pages for this property. So if we click on the details page, this will take us to where we can manually add some additional information. Now, there is a plan in the future that all of this will be automated. But for now, let's say that we want to put in, the selling price on the property. $350,000 we might put. Let's say we're getting a 3% commission, or a 2% because my math skills aren't that great. So $7,000 commission received, and our closing date is going to be April the 28th. So we'll go ahead and put that there and submit. All those boxes will be filled in, and this will also carry over to the properties page. We can add notes as well. So, this is a great buyer deal. Who knows what we want to write, but we can put notes in here and add those in. We can also move the ending date. So let's say the closing date got pushed out to the 5th. We can simply change it here, click on update, and you'll see these are all the tasks that were all supposed to happen based on that end date, such as attend the closing, asking for feedback, a 30-day follow-up. And we can choose to adjust all of these dates so they all shift out to be happening when the new closing date is scheduled to take place. So very cool feature there. If we want to add a second action plan, we can do that here. If we want to change it from active status to closed status, we can do that here as well. Our next page is our calendar page. So if you are the type that you like to see things from a visual standpoint, let's go ahead and move to the month of April because that's when we're going to have the majority of our tasks. We can see when things are happening. We can also look at a weekly view. And from here, we can also export our iCal link and put it into our Google Calendar or put it into our Apple Calendar. Anything that uses an iCal link, we can sync our Nekst calendar with our daily calendar that we use to run our business simply by copying that link and pasting it in. Our last page is going to be our history page. So everything that we do in Nekst is tracked, and we can see when the property was created, when tasks were completed, when comments were left, and we can search through these as well. So if we're looking for something about an HOA task, here are the three all related to the HOA. As you can see, we do our best to keep Nekst as simple yet powerful as possible. Should you have any questions, please check out our tutorials or hit us up in the chat support. Have a wonderful day.